What is going on, everybody? If you don't already know, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. What's going on, everybody? Be more careful. Philly J, CHB, Texas Eagle. You guys were here early. Joey Z, what's going on, everybody? So this is gonna be the last stream before the draft day, and I will be going live on this channel during the draft. I'm going to try to cover the whole draft. I'm gonna try to be on there, not just for the Eagles pick at 21, because you never know. What if the Eagles move up? I don't believe we're gonna move up, but at the end of the day, you don't know. I should be here the whole draft. It is what it is. So we get the reactions of every single team that drafts, from Cincinnati drafting Joe Burrows to the first team in the top 10 throwing that monkey wrench, possibly throwing that monkey wrench. Takeem Hilton 2.0, what's going on? Stephen Joyce, what's up? Matthew Munez, what is good? Philly Ace 21, how you guys doing today? Like I said, we want to talk a little bit more about the draft. Tomorrow, I will be releasing just an official video, just a regular video, but it will be my last mock draft prior to this Thursday draft. I'm gonna actually do what scenario I think. Not that I'm not going to do this draft the way I would do it. I'm gonna honestly say, from everything I've heard, from all the little rumblings to the big rumblings to the, just knowing the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to try to make the draft what I honestly think the Eagles will do. And so I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be live. It's just going to be a video. It's going to break down while I pick each pick. But yeah, man, because, us fans in the Philadelphia Eagles front office, we do think differently no matter what, no matter how you want to cut it. Steven LeBron, what is going on? Charlie Chan, 26. Joey Z, what's going on? Dallas Cowboys are losers. What's up? OBJ, please. I know, man. I know you're holding on to that. Philly J, what's going on? Yeah, so at the end of the day, we want to talk a little bit more about, what's going to happen. And like I said, I'm going to be live during the draft so you can see all the reactions, because I guarantee one of these teams inside the top 12 is going to throw that monkey wrench, that Daniel Jones type pick where you're like, what? No way I thought they were picking them, which could leave, a certain BA best player available drop. I mean, not drop to us at 21, because we're still far out there to where I don't see anything really affecting us. The monkey wrench ain't going to affect us. But I do believe it can possibly, change the scenario. Maybe that could make how we want to move up a couple small spots because someone is lingering. But I do believe that the Eagles are really thinking about, when they said in that article that if the top 4 receivers aren't there, I'm thinking they're putting that 4th receiver, because we all know CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy are them top 3 in this draft. I think the Eagles are putting Justin Jefferson as that top 4, and I do believe they're willing to just pull back out of the first round or of the 21st pick if Justin Jefferson and the top 4 are not there. What's going on, Paul 44? Masonry 16, I got you with a wrench. Let me get that real quick for you. He said, you never know. Yeah, you're right. You never know. And so, but someone's going to throw a monkey wrench in this draft. It's going to happen. You saw the reports. I mean, the Giants did it with Daniel Jones. And the simple fact that the way all these pro days and interviews were, they aren't able to group together an opinion on some of these guys to where a talented guy with one issue that teams, these teams want to talk about an issue that probably doesn't mean they're going to not be able to translate to the NFL, like the DK Metcalf, how he felt, maybe with some stuff in his, that they don't like about him. But I know a lot of people talked about that cone drill being slower than Tom Brady. A lot of people forming an opinion on that. He can't do nothing but fly straight. Well, it's all proven that he can do more than fly straight. He can fly straight pretty good, but he gets in and out of his breaks better than what we thought. Philly Ace 21. I hope the Eagles will pick up Henry Ruggs or Jefferson. All right, that's a pretty reliable ask. One of them dudes look like the Eagles will get at least one of them dudes. Matthew Munez. I heard Jerry Judy is falling on teams' boards because of his knees. That's all it takes is something like that. And because this quarantine and the fact that you're not able to do probably you can still get as much information on his needs as you want, but it's still not the same. A virtual draft, less communication. I know these guys been talking about their tech teams getting everything together, but I mean, we ain't never see this before. Plan A, plan B, and plan C, 100%. You got to have your backup to your backup to your backup when it comes to the draft. I mean, they give you enough time on the clock, and these teams take it down to the nitty gritty because they're looking at all options. They're making sure their plan B is not better than plan A for whatever reason. They're making sure no one on the phone is going to offer them plan W that sounds better than all the rest of the alphabet. They do all their due diligence, even the early picks, like your pick 4. The guy who you really wanted at pick 4 is probably there. You still take the whole clock because you're making sure you do your due diligence. I ain't mad at the game, though. George Redden, what is going on? Fly Eagles TV, what is going on? Oh, yeah. Do I like NBA? Of course. Sixers all day. It's Philly stuff. And I haven't been putting those Sixers content out mainly because of the whole, the season's over, and it's very depressing to talk about that because there's nothing really going on. But I do like the Last Dance that, the documentaries are coming out pretty good. That was entertaining. I heard Jalen Rieger might go higher than Jefferson. Hey, listen, I wasn't that big on Jalen Rieger throughout the whole process, but man, I like Jalen Rieger. The dude can elevate with his 42-inch vertical. He gets deep. He can play on special teams. After the catch, he's only 5'11", but he's 196 pounds. He's close to that 200. He can run after the catch. He finishes like a running back. And I told you, 5'11", but the 42-inch vertical on top of a 5'11", he can go up and get them 50-50 balls. A lot of people like to talk about his drops, but listen, production was J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. DK Metcalf wasn't productive, flip-flop. I'm not giving up on J.J. Arcega-Whiteside yet, but I'm not holding my breath at the same time. You be straight with Odell. You be straight with Odell coming to Philly if it does not cost a first-round pick. His talent is good. I'm never going to deny his talent. His talent is there. But I just, again, once them rumors for that 2nd and 5th was out there, the Cleveland Browns, their new coach, Stefan Wisniewski or something, they shut that down right away. So I wasn't trying to entertain something that I don't believe is fully true. But OBJ is nice, no matter how crazy he is. Charles Smith, what is going on, man? Them jerseys were fire. I was actually going to steal that picture, and I still might put it on my community post, let everybody know that you're the one who sent it to me. Them junks were nice. I love how they used the green inside the wing and whatnot. It's nice. Dallas Cowboys are loser. Fly Eagles flies. I know you do. I know you do. What's going on, Kara? I'm not saying no to Judy. It was 2 years ago, and he's young. Drop to us, homie. Hey, I ain't mad. He drops to us. Like I said, that would be that would change a lot of people's mind. I mean, in the front office of what we should do. Victory, I just see it as better chance for the Eagles to get the better end of A. I just see it as a better chance for the Eagles to get the better end. Better trade. You're right. Aiden Cassidy, you hear Ben is healthy and will play and the season starts again. Yeah. Because of the drafts being so close and everything, and I knew I wanted to do a live today on Tuesdays is the day it's hard for me to get content out because I have a business I got to attend to heavily on Tuesday. But yeah, man, my boy Philly Take with RB hit me up and I saw his video. Yeah, Ben's healthy. So with him being healthy, if we can get basketball to start this summer, the special people say it's going to get better when it gets warmer. So who knows? But I would love the playoffs to start. George Redden, this is my dream draft. We get Justin Jefferson, then in the second, Brandon Ayuk, then in the third, Matt Hennessy. That sounds good to me. Philly Fan D, what's up? Trade back for a later first round, like 28th, pick up another second and trade our 28th for Njoku. Yeah, man, he's trying his dangest. He's trying his darnest to get out of Jacksonville, man. It's crazy. Sean Jenkins, what's going on? Sean Jenkins, aka Darnell Mooney. How could Howie make the salary work in Odell Beckham's trade? I just don't see how we get rid of Alshon's contract. Yeah, I honestly don't believe Alshon's leaving into the 2021 offseason. I think it's going to be a lot easier to move him via release and or via trade because you can possibly play him half the season, let people see that there is something left of his game that's trade worthy. But I agree. Listen, I don't believe Odell. I don't believe Cleveland's serious about Odell. So from there, that's where I start. But Jefferson has the same traits Rieger has. The speed on Jefferson. But Jefferson has the same traits Rieger has. The speed on Jefferson. Rieger's faster because Rieger ran at 4.47 at the combine, but he was 205 pounds. He got back to his natural weight. I don't know who convinced him to be a little bit heavier, but he got back to his natural weight, and he did his own little home thing. And there was some people there that you can probably believe that they're showing the right time. He ran a 4.28. The dude is fast. That 4.47 that he ran, I was shocked because his game film shows him faster than 4.47. Philly J, just want to say thanks for all the hard work you do. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Hey, got 34 people in here. Help a brother out. Click off the live, smash that like button, and come back in. Appreciate all you guys, though, 100%. And, I can't wait till after Thursday. Then we're talking Friday. Then we're talking all the way when the draft is fully over. We can really assess the team. Did we do a good job? Did we mess up here or there? What's everybody's opinions? And let's move forward to, let's make something happen. Because I'm telling you, the main thing the Eagles got to worry about is health. But if health goes according to plans, we'll be good. I hope that Howie Roseman trade up to get a good wide receiver, and I don't when the next time we're going to go wide receiver in the draft. True. A lot of people want that first and second round wide receiver. I don't know where they would do it. I'm not opposed to getting a wide receiver. I don't have no exact spot. Would I like to fill some holes with the second and third and probably hit receiver later because I do think there's some sleepers in the later round that you can get, but I would not feel these guys that are sleepers in the later round. I love them. I think they can perform. I think they're going to be better than their draft stock, but I don't want to just rely solely on that. So I'm cool with getting a guy. I'm cool with getting your next receiver in the 4th round or the 3rd round or the 5th round. If you got your 1st round receiver that everybody believes can translate, can play, can do what he needs to do. And then you get your 3rd, 4th, or 5th round guy later, so you can use 2nd and 3rd for a linebacker or a corner or a safety, something along them lines. Well, let me get to that. My guy, 100%. Appreciate the super chat, Charles Smith. Hope like hell we end up with Denzel Mims. I love an underdog. Hey, the underdog is Philly all day. Philly all day is underdog mentality. You put somebody in an underdog, you put an underdog trait on them or tag on them, like, everybody's counting him out. Some people don't think he's 1st round talent. I loved his speech, how confident he is. I mean, a lot of people still don't like what happened with the whole scared of Philly, but it depends how you feel on it. Some people think he spoke not just scared of Philly, but he said things about certain characteristic kind of people that was, I don't know, but at the end of the day, some people be scared of certain things and just keep their mouth closed. Maybe he should have did that. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, he comes out, scores 2 touchdowns in week 1. I think people forget, the Philly crowd will embrace. Looks like a Ubick is out. Howie doesn't want injured guys. Spoon, man, I mean, core muscles normally don't linger that much. I know we could talk about Deshaun Jackson, but a young player getting a core muscle early is not like it's a ligament. It's not like it's a tear. It's not nothing broken. So, I mean, who knows? Could we bring back Jay Ajayi? I don't know, man. I was happy when we brought him back last year, but when watching him run, man, it looked like he was in pain every step. Sean, they're talking about Alshon being traded. I don't know how right they are. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. JJ who? I don't know what that means, JJ who. Have you brought up the Denzel Men confusion? Nope. We just started talking about that now, actually. Kevin, Steph. I said Stefanowski, or I said something Stefanski. He's the Vikings' old offensive coordinator. Sorry if I missed some comments because it kind of jumped down on me. Carson needs another ring to bring home to his baby girl. Hey, I ain't mad at the game. I love that all day. I would like the Eagles to get CD Land, he said. Lamb, I know what you're talking about. Hey, but where would you move up? That's the question, because are you willing to give up a possible first and second and a fourth? Philly fan D, I don't think we need a superstar for Wentz at receiver. Need receivers to get separation. It worked in 2017. That's perfectly said. Alshon Jeffrey was our number one guy who can high point the ball, who could do a lot of things that you want a bigger receiver to do, your ex-receiver to do. And I want to say this before people say Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey didn't work. They didn't work at the tail end. They looked beautiful together the first 13 games of the 2017 season. It so happened he also looked beautiful with Nick Foles, and it also happened that he got injured. And then he started to look bad. And I think the injury, playing with the injuries, not looking as good, dropping the balls, losing a couple games. Then, the controversy with the quarterback, I think it was more of just an everything building up type thing. But with all that being said, it was Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith, when he was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, was a really good burner. But the version of Torrey Smith we got, he was just a guy who could stretch the field, and every once in a while, Carson Wentz gave it to him and he caught it. Nelson Aguilar was doing pretty good in the slot, but we didn't have crazy guys like Philly fan D. So we just had guys who knew how to play receiver, knew how to do their job, get separation. I meant Rieger has more speed. Oh, yeah, all day, 100. Like I said, if I miss some comments, just comment them again. I'll get you on the next one. What's going on, bro? How we can't afford not to get a receiver? Oh, yeah, it would look really bad. I mean, at the end of the day, if he didn't get a receiver and, no one's going to forgive him for that. Even if we went into the season, somehow he pulled off later receivers, and what he got in the first round and second round helped us, or this receiver in the second, no matter what happened in the season, we could start out 6-0. 6-0 at that point, we would start to forgive him possibly. But the whole offseason, man, they would be coming after him. He knows that. Every time he's doing this whole coronavirus interview stuff, he keeps floating out there. Little shots on JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Little shots on, you fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I hate that saying. I can never say it right. But you know what I'm talking about. Are you a Orlando Magic fan? They solid. I Shine 101. What is going on? Elliot, what is going on? It's my B-Day. Can I have a shout out, bro? Happy birthday, Elliot. Appreciate you. All the, commenting, liking, and, hitting up in the live chat. Happy birthday, bro. How old are you now? Yo, what's up, Mike? Love your mock draft with Gay City. Oh, yeah. I mean, if that happened, if that could happen, just call it a day and just give us that mock draft. I mean, that was a real fortunate mock draft. That was crazy. I would love that. And like Gates said, he said on his next video, seeing where Matt Hennessy could drop, we might have to exchange Ruiz for Matt Hennessy later and get that Patrick Queen dude, because I know who he is at LSU, but he was there, and the chat and the way it felt, we all went Ruiz over Patrick Queen. But yeah, JLU, that would be lovely. If the top 4 receivers are off the board, do you think Howie will move us out of the first round to collect picks and best player available? Yes, I think if the top 4 are off the board, he really will consider maybe not moving out the first, but moving back possibly end of first or early second. And I still think best player available possibly could be a receiver. It could be the Rieger, the Higgins, the Mims still possibly, because although Mims started gaining steam, he still could fall out of the first, late first, early second. It's real tricky with this because of how the receivers are. I want to trade up for Ruggs or trade down to the early second. That's pretty solid. I ain't mad at the game. Should we get Kenny Stills? I mean, if it's cheap, you can never add. You can never have enough receivers. We all felt that last year. I mean, we had to almost use Josh McCown. Most likely we wouldn't, but that was the talk of that time. I mean, everybody and their moms went down. So at the end of the day, you can never have. I mean, Kenny Stills, is he great? No, he's probably a C minus. He can get deep though, but it depends what we would have to give up. But I would always take an extra body. I like us to get OBJ. Yeah, I hear you, bro. But at the end of the day, I don't think Cleveland's not getting rid of him. Extra Trelly, what is going on, my dude? 38 viewers and only 13 likes. Y'all thumbs this up for my boy. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. It takes a quick second to smash off the live, click that thumbs up button, and then come back into the live. Appreciate it. Helps the channel. You know what I mean? I'm hoping we can come out with 2 good receivers, a linebacker, a guard, and a safety. Right there, that's a success. That's a success. The dude is 21 or 22, which is still basically a kid. Yeah, you're right. The Kenny Still trade rumors might be more realistic since Houston just got Brandon Cooks. True. I think he fits the Eagles' speed in the slot. He can definitely run up the seam really good. He can do that. Did you check out on Elijah Holyfield? Oh, yeah, man. He's tough, man. I like him. I see what Doug Peterson was talking about even in college with the Georgia Bulldogs, man. I like him. I do. Masonary, you see Gronk's back? Yep, he's back in action. And the Bucks got him for a 4th round pick. It's not worth it. I like to get OBJ. Yeah, I just don't think he'll be there. Michael's, can't say your last name, but first name Mike is pretty cool. I say let's draft best player available. We cannot draft for need. That's at 21. You said let's draft best player available. Don't draft for need. So who do you think would be there at 21 that would be best player available for the Philadelphia Eagles to scoop up? The things Carson did with Alshon is what got him his contract extension. That is 100%. I like how that's worded. Charlie Chan, 26. Do you know what we have to do to move up to number 7 to get the wide receiver CeeDee Lamb? I don't think you got to get up to 7, but to get CeeDee Lamb, to be comfortable, to get up and get the Cleveland Brown spot and or the maybe the Jets spot, the Jag spot, you're going to need to give up, if we're talking just draft picks, you're going to have to give up your 21st round pick, your 53rd overall pick, and probably one of your 4ths, either the first 4th or the second 4th, because the last 4th ain't going to cut it. Now, if you think CeeDee Lamb or one of these good receivers falls to like 15, 16, it's easier to move up there, because at the end of the day, no matter how we try to make the picks sound better, it's a point thing. You got to match points, and to match points, you got to give up 21, 53, and probably 127 or 145. So that's where it's like, it hurts. I'm tired of drafting for need and messing up everything. Hey, I hear you, bro. Oh, yeah, I got you. But again, like I said, I'm a little late with the things, trying to hit all the comments. Happy birthday again, bro. Appreciate you stopping by on your birthday. How old are you? Did you say how old you are? Oh, yeah, there it is. 17, bro. Good stuff, man. He said I ain't got to go to school for a little bit. We cannot have another Marcus Smith or Nelson Aguilar situation. That is true. That is true. But I do believe at 21, you can get a receiver that's not going to make you think Nelson Aguilar. And he might not be the best player available, but just let's say best player available is a pass rusher or a cornerback at this point, or even a linebacker. But the third best player available is a desperate need. You still might have to do that just because you need to help this man Carson Wentz out. We all saw what he was capable of with just guys who can separate, like Philly fan D said in 2017. We saw what he was capable of when we started rolling him out with Greg Ward Jr., Deontay Burnett, Rob Davis. We saw this. What players in this year's draft has the highest ceiling? Depends on what position. Let me know what position. I'll let you know some of the guys. And I'll even give you some late round guys that, like I said, that have high potential if they can meet it. But a late round guy, the same way he has high potential, his bust potential could be up there too. Michael, we haven't been addressing needs in the drafts. That's the problem. Let me get this. How about How about Clay Matthews? Depends on the price, but linebackers, I'm living it up, Philly. Mike, hey, that's what's up. Nick Bray, what up, Philly? Excited to get this live chat going soon. Like we were talking about this weekend, it should work out good. So amped up. I won that hat pick. Hello, go Birds, pump for this draft. Yeah, appreciate you entering. And yeah, so lucky you. You won't have to say who you would like on the live stream, but we're gonna get it popping on this weekend, and you can let us know how you feel coming out of the draft, how you think the team is addressing the needs that we need. Did we win? What was our grade? All that good stuff. We will talk about it on this weekend's live stream. I'd rather get 2 decent receivers in the second and a stud linebacker in the first. At the end of the day, I'm big on linebacker. Linebacker has been moving up my board little by little. Started out in the 4th, came up to the 3rd, came up to the 2nd. I don't know if I could put it at the 1st. Just the way Jim Schwartz doesn't really use linebackers. He does like to keep that middle linebacker in. That's why Nigel Bradham was so key for us in 2017, where he was pretty good before he started going down and down and down. But no Clay Matthews. We need speed at linebacker. Yeah, and the one thing I do got to say about Clay Matthews, again, if the money's right, I'm willing to add almost anybody for a short-term deal. I mean, the Eagles got to worry about more than short-term deals, though, but you always consider something like that. But Clay Matthews is one of them guys who is a linebacker, but he's a pass rusher. He likes to rush the pass rusher. He's a linebacker who never really plays defense. He doesn't drop back. He just rushes the passer. That's just what he does. Kenneth Murray at 21 or at 53, Willie Gay. We need a linebacker. Hey, I ain't mad at the Willie Gay. Yeah, that's wild. Oh, wow. Your name is Brian Cruz. Yo, you were like one of my first subscribers, bro. And now when you always changing your picture and your name, I just remember Brian Cruz when you said it, man. I had like maybe 20-some subscribers when you came through. Appreciate that. That's long. That's not that long ago. I've only been doing this for 8 months or 8.5. Jacks 9, Jets 11, Raiders 12, Broncos 15. I want people to also understand the linebacker spots. So Nathan Gary and Jatavius Brown, if they're the starters, are both outside linebackers. Ideally, they're all both outside linebackers. Ideally, we need somebody to play the middle. Willie Gay Jr. doesn't play middle linebacker. Yeah, he doesn't. At the end of the day, you're right. We have all the pieces in the world to play as the Will and the Sam. We just lack a true middle. And that's where it looks like TJ Edwards will be the first one to step up to be that. We saw potential at the end of the season, but I'm not confident in him. And that's why I like Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen is a true middle. Kenneth Murray, I think, don't Kenneth Murray play outside too, though? It's all good, Brian. Just enjoy reading the name and found it funny. Yeah, that's what's up. Fulo 13, Jerry Jeudy has surgery. Rumor has it he may drop. So, hey, let it be a rumor that can drop somebody. We've saw people drop for rumors, more crazy rumors than surgery, but hey, you never know. Patrick Queen is a true middle. So, I mean, there was some mock drafts where Patrick Queen falls to the second. I doubt that, but you never know. Do the Eagles need to get a cornerback? Yeah, we can use a cornerback. I don't know if we'll use it on our first 3 picks. It depends kind of like at the end of the day, depending on where pick we are talking about, the 53rd, the 103rd. If there's a guy who should have been picked in the, couple 10 picks before and he falls there at the cornerback, we might just have to pull the trigger. Our cornerback situation is a lot better going in this year than it has been in a while, just having Darius Slay there. But this is a passing league. You can always use corners. Jalen Williams, what is going on? After Mims said he's scared of Philly, not feeling him now. I hear you. But you can't let one certain, he slipped up. He said that. He's probably regretting it now. All the love that Philadelphia's been showing him this offseason, I think he just came out and said it. Come on. I mean, at the end of the day, if he becomes an Eagle, he puts that hat on. You know what I'm saying? He says what he's going to do for the city. even though he's a little scared, says what he's going to do for the city, comes out week 1, scores a touchdown ASAP. You got to love the dude then. You're right. At this point, we just need as much healthy receivers on our rosters. I ain't mad at that. Jordan Brooks can play middle linebacker. Davis Gaither could if needed. Not too many guys in the draft can play middle. Yeah, that's another thing. Troy Dye. I like Troy Dye, but he don't play it either. The meme stuff is overblown. Hey, I feel you. Rivals BT, you heard of the context of why he said what he said. I saw something about the Eagles potentially picking up Kenny Stills. Thoughts? Here's my thing about Kenny Stills. He's not great, but he's a decent receiver who can get deep. He gets deep from the slot more than he gets deep from the outside. But we can use anybody who can get deep. We can use anybody who can play receiver at a C+ level. If we're talking the asking price, is something light. They get Brandon Cooks. They don't have room for him. They're trying to just the asking price at this point. Is he someone I'm trying to go out my way and get? No. But if the asking point is good, he can come in and feel like, again, Torrey Smith, we got him at the later part of his career. He wasn't that great. He probably had a couple 100 yards that season, but he caught balls at crucial points of the season, did what he needed to do, and the other playmakers around him did what they needed to do, and the team just fit together. So Kenny Stills, although he doesn't play the Torrey Smith role fully, if we can get him in here on a cheap deal, we can use that. Jameel McNeil, what is going on, my dude? There is a lot of potential at linebacker in the middle rounds. Oh, real quick, I'm just going to say this. I like David Gaither. Yeah, at the end of the day, if we don't go linebacker at first round, which most likely I don't think that's going to happen. Eagles haven't did it since 1979. But Akeem Davis Gaither is a guy I think could fall to a certain spot. The Eagles could take him, and I love it. Will it be the second round? Will it be the third round? I don't know, but I do love how he plays. Let's just call it a day. Just draft 3 receivers and 3 linebackers. That's a lie. The linebacker class is very thin. Anybody who says otherwise doesn't know the board. Again, now if you're talking about linebackers in general, outside, inside, all that, there's at least possibly, I'm going to say 8 or 9 guys who won't come in and start right away, but 8 or 9 guys that are decent. But again, we're not just talking middle. We're talking about the outside linebackers, the Troy Dyes, the Malik Harris's. But it's definitely not as deep as tackle. It's not as deep as receiver. It's not as deep as a lot of other positions. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say is, what do you mean by thin? So like thin being like less than 10 starters? You mean like less than 10 starters? You think there's less than 10 guys who can not start day one and be like a contributor? And that's another thing. Are we talking about guys who can come in and contribute? There's probably only 7 of them that can come in and contribute right away. Let's see. Dang, I lost where I was. Okay, hold on. Carlos Hyde is a vet. We'll pick him up on a 1-year deal. I like we did Zach Brown, so it doesn't affect the comp pick formula. Yeah, that makes sense. At the end of the day, I do feel like Elijah Holyfield could, do something when it comes to that bruiser back who gets the 1 yards. Do I think he's the best option? No. Would Carlos Hyde be sufficient? Definitely. It's going to be interesting what we do there, because I do believe Miles Sanders can carry the load, but not, we don't want him to bang him up on them short yardage situations if we don't have to, especially how much we send him out on route running and ask him to do other things. Whenever I buy a sports jersey, something bad happens to the player. If I buy an Alshon Jeffrey jersey, do you think he'll get released? Hey, you never know. If you're one of them dudes who got them cursed jerseys, I know a couple of them might. I'm starting the rumor that Jerry Jeudy steals canes from old ladies. Maybe that will stick. I did hear about that before you said that too. It's like that. The best way to keep rumor going is just say you already heard it too. Just keep going with it. Kenneth Murray plays everything but D tackle and nose tackle. Oh, dang. Charlie Chan 26. Shuffle the Eagles. The Eagles do not take a bust cornerback. They don't know how to play every corner. They get the always comes. Don't know how to play every corner. They get the way they get always come disappointing. Yeah, we're not the best team at drafting cornerbacks. We always think highly of somebody, and then something happened. Troy Dye, and the linebacker from Wisconsin. The last name is with a B. Zach Bond. And just to get on Zach Bond real quick, yeah, Zach Bond is one of them dudes who, again, if you look at his stats, you'll see a lot of sacks. He's a guy who, yes, you play linebacker, you play linebackers. But there's linebackers who stop the run. There's linebackers who like to drop back in coverage. There's linebackers that can do both, stop the run, drop back in coverage. But then there's linebackers who fit better on certain schemes because they're what you call them blitzing linebackers. And Zach Bond is a blitzing linebacker. I think he had, I'm not going to lie, but he had like double-digit sacks. You get that in your linebacker, that's that Clay Matthews type player. Can he probably, stop the run and drop back? Possibly. But the first thing that comes to his mind is put me in a scheme where you're going to let me blitz a lot. Rock Lee, what's going on? Kenny Stills as depth. I'm with it. I'm just I always want to know the asking price. The asking price is right. If the price is right, Bob Parker, I'm with it. Kenneth Murray can do everything, though. Yep, that's what they were saying. Do you think Jalen Mills is ready to step up at safety? I do. I'm not saying he's going to come out and be Malcolm Jenkins. I'm not saying he's going to come out and shut things down, but I do think his skill set that we saw at corner, I think it transitions. I mean, of course, he played safety at LSU, so he's not just transitioning, but he's been playing corner for so long. You don't lose it, but you got to refresh it. But the things that he got beat on, I think playing safety is going to hide them mistakes. You're not going to get hit with double moves as much because you should be the one cleaning up the double moves. And what Jalen Mills can do is he can tackle. He does have catch-up speed. So with all that being said, I do think he's going to be able to fill that role good. I think Will Parks will add depth. Will Parks will play safety as well. I think we grab a safety too. I don't know where in the draft. And Stills is another option in case of the rookie wide receivers need to split times in the beginning of the season. I ain't mad at that. Terrell Lewis is a guy to keep your eye on in the middle rounds as a pass rusher, like we like. Yeah, we all know how Howie Roseman is. Can you watch film on all the quarterbacks that will be drafted in the 6th or 7th round and do a video on them, please? That's rough, man. I'm doing a mock video tomorrow, and tomorrow is the last day. With Howie's draft history, do you think it's wise that he continues to pick developmental players? It depends, because at the end of the day, we don't know what type of developmental players he's picking. Like, what is their developmental needs that we can't fix, that we can't develop? Another thing is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Howie likes to go off sole production in college, but this is what he did. He took a guy who was productive in college, and then the way he was productive, we didn't use him that way. So look, don't kill me, guys, but Justin Jefferson, very productive in college, slot receiver. I think we would play him in a slot. I think we want him to be an X too. I think he got the body frame to be an X. He came out on Twitter and told people, but this is just what he's saying. You guys think I can't play outside? You guys must be mistaken. With that being said, he can't get mad again if he comes in and he's not as productive as he was in LSU because we play him with the X solely, and that's not his position. Now, he's a first-round pick, supposedly. Not saying he's not. I'm saying, but we would have got him in the first round. So with that being said, he's better than already, draft stock is higher than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But we got him, used him totally different. Did we think we can use him different? That's the scouting department. Also, Friends Jennings is a baller. I didn't know he was even in this draft. He might have that Mac Wilson impact day one. I'm definitely going to have to look at him then. That's a lot of film to ask for. Terrell Lewis is a project to go second, maybe late first. How sick was the pass when Wentz hit Sanders against Washington. One of the best throws I ever saw. Man, that was tough. I still remember then the camera got cocked back because of it. They couldn't find the ball. The announcers were saying it was picked off. Then the other announcer was like, no, it's not. It's a touchdown. And Miles Sanders looked surprised too. Like, I mean, it was a rocket. And it did not go over these guys. It went right by them. And there wasn't just one defender there. There was two. It had two chances to be picked off. He was rolling out, where again, he was second to Russell Wilson in quarterback rating when he's rolling out. And we didn't see us as a team utilize rolling out as much as we did at the end of the season. Yes, they were against 4 bad teams, but he got the job done and it looked good. And I think you need to implement more of that stuff this season. I do believe having all these coaches going to help out. Doug Peterson calls the plays, has some guys that he can trust to lean on. And we'll see what we get. Any good safeties coming out this year out of the draft? Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. We got the Delpits and the McKinneys. They're the early ones. You got the Kyle Duggars from Laura Ryan, a small school. You got Jeremy Chim from, oh, my God, he slipped my mind. I did a video on Jeremy Chim solely. But Jeremy Chim is a stud. Antonio Winfield is a stud. There's a lot of studs out there when it comes to safeties. These guys are going to be going in you got the the early second. Between the second and fourth, you're going to see a lot of these safeties come off the board, though. Philly Mike, what up? Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Oh, yeah, what's going on, Master P. Dot? My guy. Logan Ryan, why not give him a 1-year deal? He can still play. He got signed by somebody. I forgot who he got signed by. Didn't he get signed by somebody? Like and share. Let's get Philly Mike's name out there all day. You can always like and share, Share the love. Share the love. Evans Gene, what should we do with Rasul Douglas? I mean, you can try to use him for draft day bait for a trade. I mean, his contract's not up, so we really don't got to make a decision with letting him go or not now. At the end of the day, you just let him be out there as depth in case of an emergency. I mean, he's not going to probably start over some of these guys. He did get starts while some of these guys were on the field. I mean, on the team. So I think he's a guy where he has value still with his age and showing signs at certain games. He can't play the outside speedster, though. We should know that by now. But I don't really know what we're going to do with him, to be fully honest. You got to keep him around until his contract's up, though. No reason to get rid of him before it's over. But with that being said, what time is it? Okay, just trying to see what time it was real quick. My bad, guys. Let's see. I'm still slacking on these comments. Yes, I am. I feel like if we're relying so much on this wide receiver class, but what if this COVID-19 thing continues and rookies do not get their offseason development process? That's always going to be a problem. I mean, you still want to get that chemistry with your guys. You want to get reps. You want to do all that stuff. Hey, but unforeseen circumstances, we're going to have to go with that. At the end of the day, you can't not draft receivers because of that, though. It seems like we're getting rid of Rasul. Does. Logan Ryan is the best in the slot. That is true. Mason, 16, you're evil for putting us in that position. What do you do? If the Eagles trade up to the Jags pick and all the receivers are somewhere, Isaiah Simmons is the way. Yeah, I mean, it'd be rough to pass them. I hope the Eagles look at trading Rasul to the Colts for Hooker. Oh, wow, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. I asked this question to Philly 500. Would you rather trade back and get a combo of Mims and a Ewick or a combo of Rieger and Higgins? Philly said Mims and a Ewick. Of course, man, I speak with Philly 500 a little bit too, and he's big. His first, other than Henry Ruggs and CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, all that, his guy is Mims, and his second guy is a Ewick. He likes a Ewick and Mims. maybe the same, probably Mims a little bit more. And I think I would go Mims and a Uick, but it hurts me because I'm a believer that a lot of people are sleeping on T. Higgins. He's not the fastest guy, but he can do what Alshon Jeffrey could do before Space Jam stole his talent. No, I'm just kidding. Before the injuries. And Jalen Rieger has been growing on me. 42-inch vertical. Finishes yards after the catch. Can get deep. We saw the 4.28 speed. That Higgins-Rieger thing starting to grow on me more, but I'm going to stick with my guns. I've been talking a lot about Mims and a Uick too, and I'll stay with Mims and a Uick. Kyle Duggar is a hitter for a small school. Oh, yes. This is about the thing I love about Kyle Duggar. He's a safety, right? And he definitely can come down and play in the box. He's played linebacker for Lenore Ryan. That's the small school he goes to. He's played linebacker. He's played safety. He's played running back. He returns punts. This guy does it all. He's a playmaker. Lenny D, what up, Philly Talk? Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, everybody left in here. Lenny D's doing some Eagle stuff too, so feel free to go check him out. Check his channel out. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I heard about it, and as soon as this is over, I'm going to check him out. I was just talking to him in Mr. Duga's live, and appreciate you, Lenny D. Do you do the Eagles? What about the Eagles offensive line? What's going on, Burgay 114? Do you think we draft a quarterback on Saturday in round 4 through 7? Possibility. Logan Ryan is still available. I mean, at the end of the day, we just got Nickel Roby-Coleman for the slot. We got too many slot guys, and even though Logan Ryan might be better a little bit, well, he had better stats last year, he costs a lot more than what we got Nickel. He got him for what do you call it? $1 million, I think. I Shine 101. Hit that like, ladies and gents. Yeah, come on, man. We got more people than likes in here. It just takes a quick tap the live chat, hit the X button, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you I'm just kidding. But hit that thumbs up, come back to the live chat, and let's chop it up. We got a little bit more going on this one. But like I said, I will be live during the NFL draft, not just for the Eagles pick, through all the picks. You get my live reaction. And tomorrow, probably around 7:30, I will be dropping my last mock draft, pretty much saying what I think the Eagles are going to do, not what I want them to do, but what the Eagles are going to do with everything I've been digging around, and we call it a day. The Eagles will not sign another corner. They will draft one out, get out of the undrafted pool. The Eagles the Eagles need an injection of youth still. We definitely got younger. We added people who got us younger, but we still need more younger players. And we always like going for them undrafted free agents, trying to find a gem. We don't always do it, but it's good. The draft is soon upon us. Wonder what's going through Howie's mind. He's sweating. He's like, guys, if I don't take a receiver, I'm not going to be able to go. Well, I can't go outside anyway, so maybe I'll just stay inside anyways and just take a pass rusher. I'm just kidding. Kenny Marshall, what's going on? Justin Jefferson or Henry Ruggs, best fit to start right away. Hey, listen, Justin Jefferson is a guy I think who can come in and contribute right away. He's a polished route runner. He got solid hands. He's big. He's strong. I am a believer that he can play on the outside as well. I do. But I think the Eagles are leaning towards Jefferson. If Jefferson's there at 21, I think the Eagles are taking him. I think the Eagles really liked Mims. I think they like a couple other guys like the Hamler, maybe later if he was there. They talked to a Uick. They talked to Mims. But I believe they really like Justin Jefferson, and I believe they're going to take him. Would I take him? I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. Here's my thing. I probably would go a different route than Justin Jefferson. But if the Eagles take him, I'm not gonna be mad. He's a guy I think can contribute. There's like a three or four guys that I would not be mad if the Eagles got, depending on how they did it. Even Jalen Rieger, again, don't kill me. I love this guy's film. I think he can do a lot of things with his vertical and stuff, but that I would want to, in the perfect world, trade back, get him pick, all that good stuff. Can't always do that, though. You trade back, then your man goes right before your eyes, a pick before you, and you feeling real hurt. Real hurt. Howie, Chinese food sounds good right now. That's what's going through his mind. Justin Jefferson is the best start right away. I'll give you that, 100. I would love a Rieger and Higgins. That would be crazy. Oh, we just talked about that a little bit, man. Two sleepers. Higgins is a sleeper. Just remember, during the next season, whoever we get, I'm not saying to get Higgins at 21, but just remember, T. Higgins is going to ball out. Help me understand why Rasul Douglas is on the trading block and the Eagles still hoping for Sidney Jones to develop. Because when it comes to, listen, Rasul Douglas got beat as much as Sidney Jones did, but Rasul Douglas was healthier. Sidney Jones got beat, but a lot of that had to do with coming back from an Achilles that he tore. A lot of that had to do with the lingering hamstrings. Sidney Jones played good at spots. He wasn't able to do it for 60 minutes. That's concerning. And he does got to work on some things. But you can tell his raw man. He got catch-up speed. The fact that he was supposed to be a top prospect with Marshawn Lattimore before the Achilles injury, which is a pretty big injury. This is his last year of his rookie deal. It's a do-or-die season for him. I mean, he's putting in that work by going out there and, trading with guys, that one dude who helped out a lot of DBs in his time. The chips is the ball's in his court. And at the end of the day, if you ask me who I would keep, I would take Sidney. I think Sidney Jones definitely still has way more potential than Rasul Douglas. I think Rasul Douglas' ceiling is not better than Sidney Jones. That's just my opinion. I think Rasul Douglas can do a lot of things well, but I do think if they both reach their ceiling, Sidney Jones will be a better player. That's what I like about Duggar, being that hybrid in him. Yeah, man, running back, linebacker, safety, punt returner. The kid does it all. He does it nice because that's what the Eagles choose. Are you live streaming the draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? I know I'm doing it Thursday. I might do it Friday and Saturday. We got to see how it goes. Appreciate the support, bro. I just started, but I'm far from perfect with the YouTube thing. Hey, man, listen, go back and watch my first videos. Trash. But at the end of the day, I only started 8 months ago. So, I mean, you just work hard. You can build something in 8 months. 8 months. That's all it took me. But listen, when I started this channel, I didn't have no intentions of being like this. And then I started seeing all the people that do it, got into the community. I showed them love. They show me love. I appreciate all the Eagle YouTubers from the new ones to the old ones, man. Listen, you talking Philadelphia, I'm going to listen. Simple as that. Ride or die. Eagles, Sixers all day. First time seeing your channel and you have a new subscriber. You know your stuff. Go Birds. Appreciate you, bro. Like the name, man. Philly Michael. I love it. Douglas is a slow corner who likes to talk reckless on Twitter. Recipes for departure. I'm dead. That's funny. Rasul has a bad attitude. Been talking for like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, that killed me right there. 2 times. What is going on, my guy? What do you think about Malik Harrison? He's a linebacker. I think that might actually be there in round 2. Yeah, Malik Harrison. Listen, when I did the linebacker talks, these were guys that I thought that could be there later. I'm not talking exactly 3rd round. I was talking between the 2nd and the 3rd. And that is the Malik Harrisons, the Akeem Davis Gaithers, and at one time I was higher on Troy Dye. I still like him, but Malik Harris, Akeem Davis Gaither, these are guys who could be there in the 2nd, maybe 3rd. We're pushing it for 3rd, though. But you can get that guy. And Malik Harrison's measurables are perfect. He's a thumper. He can run a 4.66. Not the fastest, but he gets where he needs to. But he can shut down the run. We already do that. But, he's a really good guy who can command the middle is what I'm trying to say. Are we really comfortable with Nate Sudfeld as our number 2 going forward? I wouldn't say comfortable. I'm not. I'm just hoping Carson Wentz can replicate what he did in last year by not getting hurt for 16 games. He took a cheap shot to the back of the dome, took him out of the playoff game, but hopefully we don't have to use our backup. But yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. If he gets in the game, I'm gonna be a little worried. Maybe a little bit more than a little. Desert Eagles going to get off at Salon. What about Desert Eagle? I'm pro Nate Sudfeld. Again, is he? What have we seen from him? Do I think he's a super scrub? No. Do I think he can come in and just win games like Nick Full Magic? No. I'm just at that level with Nate Sudfeld. Like, you got to prove it. But again, backups don't get chances to play if they don't get chances to come in. But and we talking about him filling in for Carson Wentz if he's injured. Nate Sudfeld hasn't been able to stay healthy either. So I'm 50-50 on him. Bees out the trap. What is going on, my guy? I got to get to these end comments. So yo, listen, if I skipped your comment, see, I always say that, and then I go back and I try to get them anyways. Okay, let's see. I think between Mims and a Hewitt, Jefferson and Rieger, I think it's between Mims and a Hewitt. Jefferson and Rieger are on the outside looking in. Interesting. Justin Bryant, people are sleeping on T. Higgins. I agree 100% with you, bro. I agree. That boy Higgins is nice. Here we go. Let's get that Higgins love. The problem is I'm on the hype train for both Jefferson and Greg Ward. If he's there, I think we got to take Jefferson from a talent perspective, but Ward could break out. Well, Jefferson might eat some of that playing time up. Mims and Hamler or a Hewitt and Duvernay. Oof. I'll go Mims Hamler. But yo, I like Duvernay. I like Duvernay in the third-ish. You know, Gate City wasn't on him for a little bit. Said he's just a slot receiver. Said he thinks he got some Emmanuel Sanders to his game. I like Duvernay. I like how he runs after the catch. I like that he was a 4.3 speed guy. I didn't think he was going to be able to do that. He's 200 pounds. He's solid, and he snatches balls out of the air, like not going up, but you know he has a good catch radius from not within his body, not big catch radius because he's not long. But I like Duvernay's game. Takeem Hilton, what would be your choice? I'll probably just go Mims Hamler because you got Mims, who I think has really high upside, and you got Hamler, who can do special things with just, taking the top off the defense. He might not catch a lot of balls per game, but the balls he does catch, you'll know he was there. If we were to get one of the top 3 receivers, that's the only way we could trade up. Yeah, that's probably the only way we would even consider trading up for one of them. Appreciate you, bro. I want an often used receiver, not a gimmick player like Ruggs. We need production. I do agree with that. Listen, if you get a guy like KJ Hamler, you get a guy like Henry Ruggs, these guys were shown in college to be that guy who catches a ball, might disappear for a little bit, catch another big ball, might disappear for a little bit. But I do got to say this on Ruggs' side. On Ruggs' side, he had the luxury of having that Devontae Smith dude, Jerry Jeudy. They just had studs all over the place. So they didn't ask much of him, and they said, okay, get ready for a big play. I think if he's on a different team, he might be able to produce more volume than a guy like KJ Hamler. But at the end of the day, you're right. There wasn't that constant volume production there. And the Eagles, you need a volume receiver. They need all types of receivers, to be honest. Dang, man, I got to catch up. All right, let's go. Eagles only have had a total of 10 picks the last 2 years. We need our picks to get younger faster. I agree. We need to inject this team with some youth. T. Higgins and Brendan Hewitt if we trade down. Interesting. What position will we draft in the second round? If you're asking me straight up, if we go receiver, I like to go linebacker in a second. Ruggs and Hamler remind me of Tavon Austin. Oh, come on, man. Don't put him in that category. Listen, Hamler's burst off the line. See, Tavon Austin had burst and had all that stuff, but he couldn't really run routes. He could really only run straight. John Ross, Marquise Goodwin, Tavon Austin, they just run straight. They run fast, but just straight. Hamler's better than that. And Ruggs is really better than that. I'm just talking about their breaks. They're being able to just sink their hips and explode. These guys are just one-trick ponies. I do believe these guys are not volume receivers, but hey, we're about to find out next year. But Tavon Austin, that's a low pole to be on. It's a low pole. Ever since Jones and Douglas were drafted, Jones was always had the higher ceiling, but in reality, Douglas has played better and has had more playing time. It's been more durable than Jones. True, but the depth we got at corner now, the guys who can play, I think you got to keep a guy like Sidney Jones around before you keep Douglas around because of the upside still. And again, we can all be wrong, but he got to stay healthy. Not just him. The Philadelphia Eagles got to stay healthy. I hope Ruggs don't end up I hope Ruggs don't end up a John Ross if he joins the Eagles, of course. Nah, man. I mean, you never know, but I love giving people explanations to why stuff ain't happening. They don't read it. Yeah, right? Because of Nick Foles, people are getting the backup job confused. Yeah, the job of the backup is the backup. Hopefully, you don't have to use your backup, to be honest. Do you think we can bring Jason Peters back? He's still a free agent. I mean, if you brought him back, it'd have to be a cheap deal, and he would have to, really be second fiddle to Andre Dillard. Come in if there was an injury. Understand that we love you. You're talented to start on another team, but you would have to only be back up to Andre Dillard. We got to see what this guy can do. We used a first-round pick on him. We got to see it. There's rumors that we might get Joe Flacco. I heard about them as a backup. People are going to say right away he's trash. He is. That's what a backup's supposed to be. I mean, you're not supposed to have two high-paid quarterbacks. I mean, the definition of trying to win a Super Bowl, which is lies because we won a Super Bowl with our backup. But if you look at all the other Super Bowls won, there's more teams that win with their starting quarterback. So that's the object of the game, to keep your star players healthy. Lawrence James, what's going on? We ready, bro? Let's get this pick right, Howie. Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. Devin King, what is going on? You doing the live stream during the draft? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. The whole draft. We talking each pick. We're gonna talk about it. Jennings and Malik Jackson are my first two linebackers I want to come to Philadelphia. I'm at the game. Pick 3. I'm just trying to say Douglas is better than Jones. Douglas has a higher trade value, which is I'm good with using. That is true too. His trade value is higher probably at this point because you're only going off potential when it comes to Sidney Jones. Offensive line, is the Eagles going to get one? If we do, it's going to be the center guard-ish. We don't need to mess with no tackles right now. I trust Howie to draft a good receiver like I trust gas station slush. Sushi. That's messed up. Rieger and Higgins. Oh, that's deadly. I like the sound of that combination. Someone asked me if I take Mims or a Hewitt over Rieger or Higgins. I just explained how I do believe Higgins is so underrated and Rieger is it's coming to me. I like his film, but I've been talking a Hewitt, Mims. I might want to stick with my guns, but my God, do I like Rieger and Higgins. Tomorrow and all day Thursday is going to be a slow torture. Yeah, that's why tomorrow I'll be putting out my last mock draft. It's going to be just a video, not a live stream, but we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to say what I would want. I'm going to say what I believe the Eagles are going to do. So don't kill me. Why are some analysts predicting us getting that DN from Penn State? I pray we sit. We better not get it. Listen, defensive ends are always good. Howie loves them. We understand that. But we can't do it this time. We can't. I know Charles Smith loves Gross Matos, but we can't. A Hewitt and Duvernay actually is possible. That's true. Yeah, Duvernay might be in that thirdish roundish area. Maybe fourth. I doubt it, but thirdish area. Jalen Rieger is one of my favorite receivers that I want the Eagles to draft. I mentioned him before. Most of the Eagles content creators. Oh yeah, I remember. Remember the video? You had your little list on your paper. You talked about him. You said he ran a 4.47, but you don't care. I remember. You think Antonio Winfield Jr. will be available to us in a second? Oh, of course. I think he falls deeper than a second. Ruggs is a stud. Bama had too much heat. We'll find out. Charles Smith just gave Ruggs and Hamler are fast. Don't mean they are going to be a bust like. Come on, Philly Mike. Tavon Austin rapper and be more. He wasn't that bad, just not a bulk receiver. Yeah, but this man just ran straight. He couldn't do much more. Sorry, don't read my stuff. I'm a jerk today. Jaden Green, what is going on? I shine, yeah. But as long as Derek Barnett stays healthy, he will be productive. Oh, yeah. Dude was starting to get that real productive streak. He had 2 games. I forgot the exact games, but he was eating. He was eating. And then he got hurt. He got to stay healthy. Funny thing, John Ross has more receiving yards than any receiver we had. It's embarrassing. Oof, that hurts. Third-round linebacker options: Malik Harrison, Akeem Davis-Gaither, Logan Wilson, Troy Dye, Davion Taylor. You really listen. I believe that one of Malik Harrison or Akeem Davis-Gaither will be there in the third. One. I don't believe both of them will, but if they're there, that's cool. But I still probably take Akeem Davis-Gaither. I just like Malik Harrison and him will be real rough decision for me because I like Malik Harrison's measurables, but I just like Akeem Davis-Gaither's game. You think we trade for Yannick? Nah. I mean, very good pass rusher. He really wants out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's trying to lower his trade value so they'll just get him out, just like get off the squad. But I don't think so. I wouldn't mind if we could pull off the price tag and the trade and it didn't hurt us, but like in a perfect world, I'll take him. But it's always what's the asking price? What's the asking price? That changes someone's value for me. You know what I mean? He's great. Yes, I love him. Asking price can sacrifice what we can do this draft on offense. Well, if we can, give some big picks next year, maybe so. But I don't know what Jacksonville all wants. Charles Smith, we drafted 8th overall. Flacco has a lot of wins in the playoffs. Yeah, listen, if you get a guy like Flacco, your hope is that he don't have to play. But who do you trust, Flacco or Nate Sudfeld? For one win, just one win, who do you trust? Takeem Hill 2.0, we could draft a swing tackle anywhere from the 3rd round to the 6th round. Yeah, I mean, you always want a swing tackle. You want a guy who's going to come in and replace your guy. But see, we're not a team that has like an immediate need at the tackle to come in and start. We want a guy who can, play if one of Lane Johnson and or Andre Dillard or something is hurt. I like to get Yannick. I don't think his antics are a regular. I think he's just being held hostage in Jacksonville. You're right there. Star Key Little G. Eagles need to get defensive end. Get Murray. We will need him for the NFC Championship against Gronk. Already just crowning them as going to the NFC Championship. Listen, Tampa Bay got some fire receivers. Now they got Gronk. Tom Brady still going to do what Tom Brady does. But you got to watch that offensive line. The run game is not good. They don't got pass catching running backs. Tom Brady loves that. The O-line, like I said, the defensive line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is good. But the rest of it, Could we draft 2 good players? Maybe we could trade for Julio Jones or Del Beckham Jr. Hey, these are guys that, talented, but I don't see it happening. At some point, we need to develop a young defensive end bad. We do. I do not trust how he's slapping players because he's always Oh, no. Did you hear the interview where Mims said he was shook when he came to visit here? Mob Deep would say he was soft, shaking my head. Yeah, they would. And at the end of the day, I'm going to talk about, you could talk about his softness, just maybe being, maybe the way he grew up, country, who knows exactly why he said it. And this is my look on it. If we draft Denzel Mims and he comes out, he puts that hat on, says something nice, a couple of days after the draft, they interview him. He shakes off the scaredness. We still feeling some type of way about him being scared. The people that say, the people that really bleed green. I'm not saying who if you don't think that, but like the people who've been to Philadelphia, however you conduct yourself as a person. If you feel that way still, but he's talking all the signs, puts it behind him, comes down, drops 2 touchdowns in the first game. We're going to let it go. We're going to let it go. I mean, I am. I'm already done with it. Just get me these. Get me these. But I hear you, though. Would you rather trade a first, third, and a 4 to the Niners for the 13th overall pick, or trade a first, second, and 4 to the Browns for the 10th overall pick? Even the 13th, I think we might have to slip a second in there, though. I don't know. Philly Mike, ask Orlando Scandrick if Tavon Austin just run straight. Listen, the dude had the ball in his hand and he juked him. It's juking a player who's trying to tackle you is different than trying to run a route and get open. You know what I mean? But yeah, Orlando Scandrick. He said, yeah, he put him on skates. Yo, still real quick, though, when Shannon Sharp, the last time he was on Undisputed, I don't think he's going back on there. Man, that Shannon Sharp thing, when he was just pretty much saying that he left what it was, like a 3rd and 30 or a 3rd and 20, when he was yelling at him that he left a 3rd and 20 and said that he's a bum and all that stuff, man, I was dying. Malik not going to be there by the 3rd. He might. Listen, I think Malik and Akeem Davis-Gaither could be picked up in the 2nd, but I do believe they could drop to the 3rd. Here's the thing. A 3rd round pick, like an 85th overall pick, that's kind of likely. But the 3rd round pick, 103rd overall, now that gets suspect. See, when you just say he's going to be there in the 3rd, he might be near a 3rd, the first 10 picks. But we're at the very tail end of the 3rd, dang near early 4th. I'll take the 3rd string over Flacco. I ain't mad at it. He said I'll take him over Flacco. Hey. Vince Dream Team Young. Oh, yeah. Long time ago. Flacco had Ray Lewis to thank for his wins. You think Malcolm Jenkins was a leader? Ray Lewis was the 5-star general like B-Dog. Oh, yeah, Ray Lewis was the real deal when it comes to linebacker. But, hey, no matter how you thank him, he got a ring. I mean, there's been Trent Dilfer, one off the defense. Brad Johnson, Tampa Bay, one off the defense. They still got rings. They're trash quarterbacks. What do you guys mean Flacco is an elite quarterback? He's not. Listen, to bring this back in perspective, here's my thing. We got Nate Sudfeld as our backup. Are we that much more confident in Nate Sudfeld over Flacco? I think Nate Sudfeld can do something, but we haven't been able to see him play because he doesn't play either. He gets hurt. Flacco's not good. But at the end of the day, your backup, go through all the backups in the NFL. All of them are backups for a reason, and all of them maybe one-time starters, but they're not good anymore. They can come out and win you one game, but if they're your quarterback, and this is a quarterback league, this is a passing league, odds are you're not winning, And Nick Foles, there was something that was magical that year, but he was a starter, and it didn't work out. I love Nick Foles. I love Carson Wentz. But at the end of the day, your backup should be your backup. The objection of football is to keep – that's why we got these big guys blocking. They don't block for the receivers. They block for the running backs because they get hit all the time, but they don't block. They block for the quarterback. Keep that man healthy. Carson Wentz gotta take smarter hits too, though. But yeah, backup quarterback. If we gotta go to our backup quarterback, no matter if it was Joe Flacco's, Nate Sudfeld, or even if we got the Marcus Mariota or whoever, If we got to go to our backup quarterback, we're in trouble. Yannick's a pipe dream. That cap hits too much. I hear you. Wasn't he like 17 when he came to Philly? You said you should always lock your car doors. That's it. Real talk. I was scared too. Hey, should we move? Should we show more interest in OBJ? I don't think it's going to matter. I think that once that leaked about the second and fifth round to the Vikings and all that stuff, the Cleveland Browns came out and just shut it down and said, listen, he's not on the trade block. I don't know who said that. It is what it is. So with that being said, it shuts it all down for all of us. I really hope they don't trade Derek Barnett. He always seems to be coming up with a game-changing moment. If we must trade someone, I say trade Douglas for another second round. Second round period or pound. I don't think you'll get a second round for Rasul Douglas. I don't want to trade Derek Barnett either. I want to see this guy develop. He shows signs that he can get the job done. Then he gets hurt. Got to stay healthy. But the word healthy has to resonate with every single Eagle fan on this team. And at the end of the day, the coaching staff, the medical staff, we got to figure out a way to stay healthy. Now, this is football. We don't got to be 100% healthy, but if we can stay between 85 to 90% healthy, we have a shot to win games. Shannon was schooling Skandrick both sessions. LO called him a snitch. Yeah, it was great. It was great. And he tried to look at Skip Bayless for help, and Skip was just like, nah, I'm cool with it. I keep my doors locked when I'm in the car too. Why would you want people to just walk up and open your door? Alan Raleigh, what is going on, my dude? I just never saw that many brothers LOL on a corner. Yeah, hey, listen, look, I can't wait to, listen, this season got to start, and it got to be pretty good with this whole coronavirus thing, because last year, I was just starting YouTube. Like I said, I started in September. It's been about 8 months. And in the beginning, it was rough, man. So at the end of the day, I'll be able to live stream at the games. Let's see how scary Philly looks. For the people that haven't been in Philly, we're going to see how scary Philly looks. We also want to see maybe if Denzel Mims gets to the team, he's going to put all that scaredness behind him if he becomes a Philadelphia Eagle. Do you think the NFL teams who will trade players do you think that NFL teams will trade players tomorrow? You don't see trading players as much. It can happen. See, and he's from Philly, so he knows when and where to be scared. I was gonna say Foles is better than Flacco. I agree. Andy Dalton better than Nate Sudfeld. Andy Dalton's a proven player. He's got to the playoffs. He's not great, but right now Andy Dalton will be the best backup you can have, most likely. Eagles players need to take their Flintstone vitamins. That's rough. If Jalen Hurts falls to the fourth round, doubtful, should Howie pull trigger? That's rough. San Fran wants to trade either of their picks, 13 to 31. If we don't trade up, we should trade for the 31, then go for a Ewing at 21 and Rieger at 31. Hey, I don't know what it would cost, but you could definitely get your back-to-back fire receivers. What is going on, Catchphrase? Oh, yeah, we finally catching up to the chat. Sorry, I'll be answering the questions later. I try not to miss nobody. And we're at an hour and 18, so we about to do like 10 more minutes. 2 times. You ain't getting no second round for Douglas. 6 at best. Yeah, Vic. Cowboys X Factor. 2 more days until the draft. I cannot believe it's almost here. Yeah, quarantine got us all feeling some type of way. Who doesn't want to get traded on hump day? LOL. 2020 vision. What is going on, my dude? You just getting in here. We about to, we've been out here for an hour 19. Carson Wentz is better than Dak. Firefly. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, so like I said, I just want to say again, I will be going live through the whole NFL draft. Well, through Thursday's whole round 1. I'm going to react to the first pick, to the 31st pick. I mean, if the Eagles do some craziness, then I might just get off and be like, it's done. It's done. I doubt it. I think we're going to be happy after the 21st pick of the draft. We might not have to wait that long if we move up, or we might be waiting longer. But knowing how the Eagle fans are, and even myself, I'm going to feel some type of way. Go waiting all this time for Thursday, and then the Eagles do trade back. And we're thinking, all right, are they trading back to 28th or 29th or 30? Try to get that receiver that they still want later, the Ayuk, the Mim, the Rieger, something along them lines, the Higgins. And then we trade back into the second, and we got to wait a whole nother day. That would be rough. That would be rough. But, hey, if we trade back to the second and able to get two studs like the Rieger Higgins, a Ayuk Mims combination, or we just get a solid receiver and a decent linebacker, it could be worth it in the long run. Would you trade a first round for Yannick and then a second for Odell? If it all played out like that way, if how we could fix the money thing, you got to consider the salary cap, the money, what you're going to sign him for. And at the end of the day, I try not to take that in consideration because I don't believe the Jags are going to get rid of him yet. And I really don't believe Odell's leaving because I heard the Cleveland Browns come out and just say, listen, I don't know what y'all talking about second round, second and the fifth. He not on a trading block. Brothers for life, all day, every day. Who's your bust pick? What round? You want to know like my first, like one of them first round receivers that I believe can be a bust? Let me know. Or are you just talking about the whole draft? Allen Riley, dude, Mooney is explosive. Yeah, Darnell Mooney. And I said third or fourth. Listen, I had to stop that video and edit it so many times with the kids and stuff, blah, blah, blah. This quarantine got them going crazy too. I meant late fourth round, early fifth. Not early fifth. We only got 1/5. But late fourth round or the fifth round, you can get a guy like Darnell Mooney who has traits of Jalen Rieger, traits of KJ Hamler in a smaller package. But I'm telling you, the dude is explosive. Watch the Darnell Mooney video. If you haven't checked that video out, watch the Darnell Mooney video. I would like him in the 5th round. But, yeah. Should the Eagles draft a halfback in like the 8th round? We don't have an 8th round. But we can always get a halfback in unrestricted free agency, meaning like the guys who came to the draft who didn't get drafted. And also, I think the Eagles do got something in Elijah Holyfield. But, yeah, if we can somehow sneak a guy like A.J. Dillon out with one of our late 4th round picks, that dude's a big dude. He's LeGarrette Blount and some. I'm out. Catch y'all Thursday for the draft. Stay safe. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, if you guys are on your way out, because I'm almost on my way out, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button on the way out, I appreciate it 100. For all the trade questions, the Eagles will not trade for a big contract considering the cap issues which includes Wentz and Cox contracts. Yeah, man, we already know we're in 2021 cap HE double hockey sticks, trying to keep this PG. But yeah, we're in a bad shape with the cap in 2021. It's going to be rough to do any type of big trading contracts. I think I'm going to just sleep all day tomorrow. She just trying to get right to Thursday. Over under on the amount of times the live feed gets frozen with Roger Goodell's mouth open. Yo, listen, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be the first time they ever did a virtual draft. The draft is so deep. It's so much anticipated with this quarantine. Oh, yeah, we got the picks. We got 5. We got 7. Yeah, wide receiver bust. If I could think of one bust, I'm thinking I'm going to go Laviska Shenault, and not because he's not talented. I just think the guy's had so many injuries in college. He's going to come in, show potential, get injured, show potential, get injured, show potential, get injured. So I'm taking Laviska Shenault as my bust for just being injured. If you just want to say a guy who looks like he got skills and just doesn't play good, I mean, maybe KJ Hamler. Um, I'll take Laviscus. Like I said, with this wide receiver class being how it is and watching these guys play, I think it's going to be hard for there to be a bust. I think there could be a guy who's less productive than he should have been, but you're not going to get someone who comes out and just does J.J. Arcega-Whiteside all over again. I don't think so. But Laviscus Chenault, I'm going to say with injury problems. With food left in his mouth. Mouth wide open, left partially closed. I mean in the 4th round. In the 4th round, A.J. Dillon will be my guy. Been hearing that this draft ain't going to happen the way most mock draft experts are saying. Yeah, I tweeted that, and I also put it on my community post. But they're not being able to group together some of these guys, group together how they feel about these guys, which that doesn't matter. Again, your team is trying to be better than this team and this team and this team, but GMs and guys, they form an opinion about somebody that might not be true, but that opinion hurts their draft stock. I think that stuff is going to fall off. The fact that it's going to be virtual and a little bit less communication is going to make this draft might be a little bit crazy. There's still going to be guys who should go at, like Chase Young, he should go to, is going to go to. Burrows should go one. There's going to be guys who should go where they go, and they do go there. But there might be some, wait, did he just pick him? Oh, no. Some early monkey wrenches can change a little bit up. How can I watch all the Eagles games without the Sunday ticket? Hit me up on Twitter. If you hit me up on Twitter, it's at Philly_Mike25. I got something for you, but I'm not trying to, just put it out there. But anybody who wants some type cable, who wants to watch cable or any football game without the ticket, I mean, there's free ones, but I got one that costs a little bit, but it's like legit. Doesn't freeze, doesn't lag. You're like right there with the actual live TV. It's tough, but I mean, just hit me up on Twitter, Alan Riley. I got you. Dang, I'm going to finish these out, and then we out. Victory or the combo of mouth open, eyes halfway to Eli Manning face style. What time you going live Thursday? Might go live like 30 minutes before the draft. I gotta talk around, see what's going on. CWG Gearhead, with all the new head coaches in our division, who you think is going to give us the run for our money? Revere's defense always tough, and I think they're going to be tough. They're going to get Chase Young, so that's going to help them. Still think the Cowboys offensively are going to, try to do something. The Giants are going to try to make something happen with Daniel Jones and whatnot. I think it's still going to be Dallas is going to be the one that gives us a run, but nothing seriously. If we stay healthy, we do what we need to do. We control this. Should we give Sidney Jones another chance? We got to give him one more chance. He's on his last year of his rookie deal. It's now or never. Never. Let me sleep with why not? PG. Hey, just Google it and it should sign you up. It should let you sign up. Philly Fresh, what is going on, my guy? I'm at 1 hour and 28 minutes. I don't got you and Gate City on here to keep me on here, so I'm getting off legitly in a little bit. I'm going to say Jerry Jeudy is my bust pick. I seen Sam Watkins in him. Ooh. I'm going to say Love. The knock on Hamler is he don't have natural hands. That's true. Superhero 18, what is going on? I think the Eagles need to pick up a wide receiver that has both talent and production. I'm with you, guy. Claypool will be the bust. He got all the measurables. They start saying that he's a tight end. They start moving him to tight end. He can't do what he wants to do in receiver. Can't do what he wants to do with tight end. He's that in-betweener. And yeah, who knows? There's going to be a bust. There's always a bust. But who knows? Thanks, MS Pool. So what do you think about the Jags defensive end on the market? I mean, he's good. He's talented. He costs a lot. I think they're going to keep him around as long as they did. But like Jalen Ramsey, I don't think he's going to leave. I don't think we're going to get him. Would I want him in a perfect world? Yes. I don't think the money and everything and the picks add up. Claypool will be a beast. Yeah, he's one of them guys that I don't see a middle ground. He's going to be either a beast or a bust, but they both start with B. Why not draft Murray in the first, then get Higgins in the second, and then in the third, we might be able to trade up and get another solid receiver. Listen, if you've been catching my videos, you got guys like Quez Watkins who will be there in the 4th round, maybe 5th round. You got guys like Darnell Mooney who will be there in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. You got guys like Tyler Johnson, Antonio Gannon Golden, Brian Edwards. These guys will be there in the 3rd, 4th. Van Jefferson. There's a couple guys who will be there late. Not sure if you hit on it before. Oh yeah, I got you though. Claypool will be a beast. Breaking news: the Eagles signed Marvin McNutt to become a player/coach intern and assistant wide receivers coach. You've been listening to Gate City. He's always talking about bringing him back. Hamler will be the most injured receiver. I had some crazy moves on my mock draft. Oh, yeah, I'm going to check that out, man. Claypool will be good. Won't be a buzz. Hey, Paul 44. I know. I try to sneak that in here. I didn't know you were still on here. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, he's going to be that receiver. I think he could be a beast or a bust. I mean, the combine had me feeling some type of way. Can't see a guy that big and strong and run that fast. But listen, there got to be at least one bust. I mean, this can't be the most perfect wide receiver class. But mine's Laviska Shenault, not because his talent's not there, but I think injuries are going to hamper him. But it's going to be hard. These guys look like they're legit. I mean, again, this is college. It's not the NFL. Got to see what translate and all that stuff. But who knows? Who knows? If we get Mims, he's a beast. He can go to anywhere in Philly and get love. Oh, yeah, once you get him, he shouldn't be scared of nobody. Bobby Love, NFL streaming, you can watch all games for free. There you go. Pick 3, Claypool will be successful if they move him to tight end. Hamler would be a bust. Big body, fast. Imagine Claypool in the slot. Listen, he got Megatron measurables and also speeds. So the only other receiver who's over 6'3" or 6, yeah, over 6'4", over 220 or 215 pounds, and ran a 4.43, I think he ran. Correct me if I'm wrong. Over 6'4", over 215 or over 220, ran a 4.43. The only other person to do that was Megatron. So that's something that you can set your mind at, like, but that's still pretty good. What's the Twitter account? It's Philly_Mike25. There you go. Carapool got it back. Bang. He'll be like tight end from the Giants. Victory. Chase Bull McLaren transfer to tight end. 11. Okay, I think I'm too young for you. What? I'm dead. I think Chase Claypool will be the next Vincent Jackson. That dude was a pretty monster too over there in San Diego. What the Eagles draft Chase Claypool and move him to tight end and play along Dallas Goedert when Zach Ertz leaves. Thinking about that. Interesting. Charles Smith, I hope not. Okay, let's get this. Let's get it. We about to be done. I'm trying to get to the catch up. Why not no talk on Pittman? I like Pittman. And Pittman's a dude that I think could be there in the late 2nd, early 3rd. He might go in the 2nd in general, but I do like Pittman. He can do a lot of things. He's not a burner, but he can beat you down the field. He can do a lot of these big body, big catch radius, all that good stuff. I do like Pittman. Randall Peterson. Okay, let's get to a couple more of these bad boys. In general, who do you think will be a reach pick in this year's NFL draft? Anybody who takes I don't know, because I like Jalen Rieger's film. I think he's pretty dang good. I think his 42-inch vertical and all the stuff he can do are there. But taking him around the 20s, I think that might be a little reach. I think reaching on some of these linebackers might get reached up a little bit earlier than what they should. At first, I thought Delpit and McKinney, the safeties, will be reached going early in the first, but they're actually falling to the 2nd. So I don't know who's going to be the legit reach. I think everybody's going to start to, round back out to where they should be. Trade back and take Rieger. Oh, that looks pretty nice. Here's my thing with moving players around, and it's an adjustment, not just physically but mentally, and that can mess up with the player's confidence. All right, it's about that time. Let's see, Mims and Van Jefferson in the slot, bro. Hey, I am mad. Van Jefferson is a very clean route runner. Very clean route runner. He's the best route runner outside the top. Like after you go past the top five receivers, Van Jefferson is the best route runner. He's not that big on getting deep, but he's nice. I know old. My dad just turned 60. I'm not even 20. You ain't old, Kara. Oh, man. Here we go. Here we go. It would be a mistake to take Mims over a Uwick. He said, what's your reason? 2020 vision. What puts a Uwick over Mims in your mind? Berge 114. Which one do you draft? Willie Gay Jr. Oh, Akeem Davis Gaither all day. I haven't watched film on Pittman. Listen, maybe you know what? I want to do my final mock draft tomorrow, but I really should have did a video on Pittman. I really should have. I like him. He's solid. I think I will look at him in the second round, depending on what we did in the first round. See, if we get that type of receiver in Mims or Jefferson or Uwick, you might not have to look at him. So I don't know what the Eagles going to do if they go back-to-back or whatnot. But Pittman is a solid receiver. He can do more. He can do more than – he's not just a big-body receiver. He'll fit the mold of a do-it-all receiver, something along them lines. I wouldn't put him better than the guys like T. Higgins and Mims and like that, but he's solid right after these guys. And so, again, you miss out on them and you're still picking the later second or something, you can look at a guy like him. JJ's a bust. For now, he is. Van is young Keenan Allen. I like the comment. I like that. I know, just happy to hear that. Philly Fendi, honestly, I think Burrow will be a bust or above average quarterback. Best player is Young. Yo, Chase Young is dirty. Two different schemes is why Mims didn't run intermediate routes. You're talking. Oh, wait, what did he say? Did I miss something? Let me read his first. Hold on, let me just do this. Nobody spoke of Claypool until he ran his 40. Don't be fooled by the 40 times. That's true. And one of the reasons is because they knew what he can do as a 6'4", 220-pound guy. They were like, okay, he can get these routes. He can run this, the curls, the jump balls, the red zone threat, the tight end type routes. But then when he ran a 4.43, they said, wow, could you imagine him being that big and doing not just that stuff in the red zone, but also throughout the whole field? So he's a developmental project, being people maybe trying to get him to run all these routes and stuff. But if Zach Ertz can run a 4.43, how would he transition differently? And he's not even that big as Claypool. But I hear you. But let me get back to this quick. A Uwick skill set is much more transferable. Yards after the catch, a deep ball returner can do more. And then you said two different schemes is why Mims didn't run intermediate routes. You're talking about a receiver playing for an NFL coach. Different schemes, yeah, you're going to ask them to do different things. Jordan Love has bust written all over him. Not if he goes to the Patriots. Real quick, Ice Silva, Eagles going to draft two receivers in this draft. They got to. Dang, I'm late, but what's up, Mike? PL 1908, man, I've been saying I was going to get off for the last 20 minutes, and I keep getting sucked in. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I'm really about to get off. Claypool had a good year last season. Notre Dame quarterback is trash. I agree with that. Which would you draft, Zach Moss or AJ Dillon? I want that dude who's just gonna just throw people off him. I'm not saying he's way better than Zach Moss totally, but we got Miles Sanders, Boston Scott. I'll definitely take AJ Dillon. Cam as backup. The money, how much money will it cost? All that would be what could stop us. What have you ever watched? What have you ever watched in Notre Dame game? He's been killing it. Hey, it is what it is. Master couldn't beat out Haskins. Who couldn't beat out Haskins? And Mark Sanchez. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys 100%. Like I said, before I get off this, on your way out, smash that like button for me. I appreciate it 100%. And also, I will be going live during the NFL draft. So come through, chill out. Let's interact while these picks are being picked. And let's pray to God that the Philadelphia Eagles do something that they just make sure that they don't go totally off track. If it's not the receiver you exact want, but it's a receiver that you also heard of, you want the Denzel Mims, they go this receiver, but you know that he's still a receiver that can possibly come in and be productive. Something that the Eagles need: volume, production, all that good stuff. Let me know during the draft how you feel about it. Come through, chill out, all that good stuff. And again, right before I leave, tomorrow I will be putting out my last mock draft. I'll try to keep that mock draft not what I want, what I think the Eagles will actually do. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching and all the constant support. Appreciate you guys 100%. You know what time it is. We out. Hit that like button, bruh. Peace.